and welcome to today's 5 at 5. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Today I want to read from a very familiar verse, actually two verses, Psalm 8 and 3 and 4. So Psalm 8, 3 and 4. And I'm going to read from the New International Version. And it says, "When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is man that you are mindful of him, or the son of man that you care for him?" I love this. When I consider, I wanted to just suggest today how important it is for us to take time to consider. You know, the question becomes, what are you considering? What are you thinking about? As I was looking at this verse, when you see consider, another word for it would be to scan. So it would be when I scan, when I take a look, when I observe, when I look around and think things over. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars, which you, Lord, have set in place. The only response that I can have when I scan, when I consider, when I look around and think things over, the only response I can have is, what is man that you, a holy God, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, what is man that you are mindful of him? Or the Son of Man that you care for him? This really blessed me because it challenges me to consider what I'm thinking about, what I'm focused on, what I am considering. I believe that what we think about is indicated in whether we have an attitude of gratitude or of grumbling and complaining. What are you considering today? Are you focused on what is missing in your life, or are you focused on what is present? Are you focusing on what you want? Are you focusing on all of the needs that God has supplied? Are you grateful today? Are you grateful? When is the last time you considered the heavens, the work of God's hands, the moon and the stars? When is the last time? You know, sometimes we get on autopilot and we just are in a state of go. And not only that, there's so many things that we're taking in. Things on the news, tragedies, so many other things that can disturb and can steal and discourage our peace. But I just wanted to challenge us today to just take some time to consider. Go outside, look around. Look at yourself. Look at you. Look in the mirror. Look at you, how God put you together, how he knit you together, how he made you, how you're one of a kind. Look at the work of his fingers. It is humbling when we take this time to consider all that the Lord has done. Forget not his many benefits. When we say, what is man that you are mindful of him? Gosh, that's such a position of humility, because when we see God, I do believe we see ourselves more clearly. We see our complete and utter dependence on him. We see the ways he's made for us. We see the blessings he's bestowed upon us. And we can say, when I think of the goodness of Jesus and all that he's done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. I thank God for saving me. What is man? Who is Kim that you are mindful of her? Can you put your name in there? He's mindful of you. This perfect God, the God of all creation, the one that sent his only begotten Son to whosoever. And aren't you glad you're in that number? That you are a part of the whosoever? Today, instead of focusing on what you don't have, instead of focusing on what's not going your way, instead of focusing on what you want and oftentimes don't even need, let's thank God. Let's not grumble and complain. Let's give thanks that he's mindful of us, that he has provided for us and continues to provide. I pray that you will meditate on this word. Take time to consider. Take time to scan. Look around. Think things over. And I believe you'll say, like the song, all of your good days have outweighed your bad days. And all of us can say, I won't complain. Well, I pray this word has been a blessing to you. And remember, as our pastor always says, we are blessed to be a blessing. I look forward to seeing you on the next 5 at 5.